Hey, Nick Tarasio here with Mark Brown and Fred George, and we're going to talk about the Kodiak on floats, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you guys flew it this week?
Oh, we flew it Sunday morning.
Amazing. And what stands out about it for you? You've been in everything, right? You've flown every plane out there.
Well, not many. I mean, 200 makes, models, and variants, and counting, something like that. But what stands out about this aircraft compared to other float planes is that it has a very ideal balance of aerodynamic qualities with the float, so that it flies very well, and hydrodynamic qualities that make it as easy handling as a jet ski in the water. And that's what impressed me. The floats are lighter and more aerodynamic than the old-fashioned aluminum floats.
So was it an afterthought of putting floats on it? Was it originally designed for the float application?
The beauty of the Kodiak is from the day one, it was designed to go on floats. So Tom Hamilton, who was one of the co-founders of the company, designed the plane to be put on floats from the factory. So currently it's the only airplane that comes off the factory line that's ready to go on floats. You literally take the gear off, you put the floats on.
Very cool. And so now you've been in other float planes, right?
Oh, sure.
So in regards to its water performance or runway performance, whatever you'd call it, how does it stand out compared to, I'm sure you've been on a bunch of Cessnas on floats and planes of that nature.
The biggest difference that I see is that it has an abundance of horsepower. It's got a very high lift wing, and that means even when you're on landing gear, you get it off the ground in very short distances and very slow speeds. And on the floats, that really works to huge advantage. For example, Sunday morning when we were up, we got the aircraft out of the water in terms of the floats and up on the step, if you will, skiing on the floats at 35 knots, at 42 miles an hour. And by the time the aircraft was at 55 knots, roughly 70 miles an hour, it was right off the water and climbing at more than 1,000 feet a minute. Wow. So all of the wonderful characteristics that make it such a great short field airplane make it a superb float plane, but with the new floats that are, 450 pounds lighter or something like that?
About, 450 pounds lighter.
And much lower drag. You can cruise about 8 knots, meaning 10 miles an hour faster than with the old floats.
So Mark, what I'm curious about is the application of the plane, because I'm out of New York, right? So we've got a seaplane boom going on there right now, and a lot of people are doing the short hops to Montauk and Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. Why aren't we seeing more of these yet, and how do we get them there?
Well, yeah, hopefully in the next few years you'll be seeing a lot more of them. The airplane has only been around since 2007. Late 2007, 2008 was our first full year of deliveries. So we're relatively new in the grand scheme of the world of float planes. So we're slowly building into those marketplaces. Being that we're based in Idaho, we're slowly making our way east. The East Coast has been a place where we've put a lot of focus the last few years. And I think you'll slowly start to see the older float planes on the East Coast be replaced with the Kodiaks on floats.
We've had a lot of people actually come to us and ask us about it, and they're saying, obviously the Caravan has the market share there. What would you say to someone who says, I'm considering a Caravan on floats? Why would you tell them to go to this? What's really going to be the big difference there? Well,
the Caravan's a great airplane, but this airplane was designed from the get-go to be put on floats. It was also designed as a modern-day bush airplane. That was the original mission for the plane. And why that's better is because everything around the plane was designed for that environment. So it's built rugged, it's built simply, and most of all, it's got a higher power-to-weight ratio. So I'm off the water in 20 seconds or 25 seconds at full gross weight versus the competitive products that are on the water for much longer.
My impression of the Kodiak is something that was designed to have more lift and more power, so that you can get out of shorter strips and out of smaller lakes. That's my takeaway from it. It's much better on water, especially on these new Aeroset carbon fiber floats, than a Caravan on conventional floats or composite floats.
So what are you most excited about for Kodiak in the future? And you personally, I really want to know what gets you going.
Well, I feel like we're just at the cusp of breaking into the bigger, broader market. We started as a very niche product for the humanitarian world. That was what the airplane was built for initially. And we really stayed in that market niche for quite a while. And it hasn't been since about the last 3 years where we've really tried to break out of that and sell into much broader, wider markets across the world. And we're just now starting to see the airplane take off. Last year, our highest group of customers was a high net worth demographic. which we believe is where the future of this product lies. It's kind of the best analogy I can make is it's like a Range Rover with wings.
You know, I would have loved to have flown this airplane up in Alaska a couple, 3 weeks ago to compare with what's up there now. I think it's a winner.
So Mark, it sounds like Fred says he never gets to take the planes home. How do we get him one of these things? Can we do a contest with one entrant?
Yeah, Fred, let's talk about that.
Very cool. I appreciate the time today, guys, and I'm pretty excited for hopefully seeing some of these show up in New York.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for watching, and thanks to Aviation Week for working with us on this content. Please do go check out aviationweek.com/Oshkosh for all the updates and highlights that are going to be coming out all week long. So far, we've got a bunch of great interviews, and we've got some really good stuff lined up later in the week. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Our channel is Take Off with Nick, and thanks again for watching.